Una, dos, tres. Bienvenidos a la primavera. Manos arriba.
There's more than 1,000 plants, different plants that have been inventoried here, and more than 50 mammal species. And there's some really good character. There's some mammals like puma and others that are here that are indicators of good ecosystem health. This is a UN biosphere reserve, and so it's predominantly pine oak forest here. It's mostly more pine than oak, but in some areas it's more oak than pine here. It's more pine than oak in other parts of the reserve, but those are the predominant tree species. It's mostly herbs and grasses with some shrubs, and then predominantly those two trees. In this plot, there was a fire in 2018 and then again in 2021. So she's saying that the most visible some of the most visible human impacts are from fire. Most of the fire doesn't start inside La Primavera. It actually starts in the illegal settlements that are around La Primavera, sometimes for trash burning, sometimes actually to clear land for logging, and other times for just
the garbage outside the city.
Yeah, burning garbage. And so there's all these things, and then the smoke goes into the city. So like it's visible like from the city, and it's visible here.
And they are really close by, you know, the fraccionamientos, right? Where the people live are close by because the developers sell the land with this logo that says the forest is for everyone, the forest is for you. It's kind of like the forest is your backyard. So people buy these properties with that kind of message. And yes, it is for everybody, but it's not the way that it should be treated.
Okay, transects. All right, I need somebody to hold this end. You can hold this one, yeah. You can actually. You're going to be in charge of the transect. So what we're going to do is we're all going to do the same straight line. So that means we want to go about 80 east. So I'm going to walk, and we're going to actually, the transect is going to stay here. So let's put our first flag in the ground, right where we start our transect. And we'll take these out at the end. There we go. Okay, perfect. All right, so this is the beginning of our transect. So
do I stay here? Or
yeah, you're going to stay here, so you're going to be right over that. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to walk straight using my compass for 50 meters, which is how far the transect, the field tape goes. So we're going to walk 50 meters. Okay. Okay. Perfect. So now we can set this down. For now. And what we're going to do is you actually want to walk alongside it. So what you're going to do is we call this calibrated steps. Pasos calibrados. Cosas así. So we're going to, let's do this on another one so that we can walk here. So now, and you can just set it down. We're going to do an inventory, and it's going to include everything three meters from your transect on either side. So what I want everyone to do, because we only have so many field tapes, is you're going to measure how many steps is a meter for you. So for me, 3 and a half. Okay, but now, so if I walk 3 and a half, maybe 1, 2, so here, this, outside. Yeah, where I stopped. So I'm gonna inventory everything here, down to the end of the transect. Same thing, we're gonna do it on the other side. But now what you're gonna do is you're gonna have 2 people. You can do it all together, so you can do it in a group of 4, or you can have 2 people on each side. One is gonna be in charge of iNaturalist, and the other is gonna be in charge of your waypoints. So who wants to walk me through what you're gonna do for a waypoint based on what we did last night?
We're out here doing field work in the PrimaVR. This is the app with the points. I don't know if it's gonna be in focus. We're making points of every single species we see, and every time we see
the
it.
red tops that are for
We have a really bad network. So.
your
So bad.
which
But
is
we're making the most of it.
the flower,
Okay.
4.4, and you have the yellow flower, 4.6,
Try and get this one.
and the green. Okay, so first of all, we have this beautiful tool helps us to get the measurement of the diameter. Then what I did was I put this grabber here, this grab, and then I just put like the measuring tape around the lock. And here in the measuring tape we have a spot with a line with a 0. So where the numbers and the 0 collide, you got the diameter of the tree. For example, I don't know if you're able to see right there, but that's 6.
I don't think so.
Hi there. Welcome to La Primavera Forest. I'm Paul. Right now we are running 2 transects. Yesterday we did how many? 5 or 4? 4. Yesterday we did 4 transects over yonder on the western part of the boundary going east, and now we're doing transects starting on the southern western end looking east. And we're 5, and it goes 6, 7, 8 down there. And yeah, so we're just cataloging and mapping all the plant species one by one, and it's cool.
Hi, I'm Max, and the way that iNaturalist works is you go to this little camera setting here, this observe, and you click. You can either take a photo from your photo library, or record a sound if it's something like a bird. If you're really kind of go with no media, but I don't think we're quite there yet. So you press the camera, it allows you to take a photo, and then you select it, and it takes a little bit, and it kind of gives you a bunch of suggestions of the genus and then specific species within that genus, which it could be, and you select it and it tells you the name. And then from there, our other group members, they're using an app called Map Maker, and they're making waypoints. At each point it's a different plant, and they'll name it our transect. This one is 5, so the ones on this side are odd, the ones on this side are even. So for instance, we started at like 5.1, then 5.3, and so on and so forth. And then they'll also take a photo as well, so we can kind of keep track of which plants are in the area using this kind of random transects, so we don't just pick out plants that look interesting to us. We get a lot of the same grass types, a lot of the similar plants. Lots and lots of grasses, I'm sure you can see. See it kind of growing out of the tree.
Okay, cool. Let me get that in. I'm gonna look at
Oh, yeah, perfect.
This one is different.
I gotta do these grasses still.
This one I think it's a different kind of grass.
Oh yeah.
It looks like white stuff. Is this the same tree?
Yeah. También estos.
We did.
I have to do it each time.
It's the Davis Mountain Rock Trumpet.
No, cool.
Sorry, yesterday we didn't repeat it.
Oh no? Oh. That's what we're supposed to repeat it, no? Like when you find do every instance of a species, no?
We're supposed to, yeah. But honestly, like, I think we're okay to do it today because it's taking less time. But like, if we get to a point where it's just like, again, like all grass everywhere.
Yeah. Right now we have actual flowers, and over there it's just gonna be grass.
Yeah,
grass,
we can kind of skip over the grass, I think, and like make a mark and say like 7 patches of grass.
Yeah.
Sorry, one more time.
Oh yeah, it's the Davis Mountain Rock Trumpet, and rock trumpet is one word. And then the Latin name is Mondavia. Hypoluca, Hypoleuca.
I'll actually
Do you
prefer to use
remember
type.
what we called it before?
Okay. This is a different, like, same kind of tree, but different. Like,
Oh, right.
right?
Yeah, I think
Max
so.
had
Looks like
it.
it. The same stuff.
Hey Max.
Yeah.
Sorry. Could you look in your history for what we said this one was?
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. That was Rubicina Spa Arrow. Yes, I think so.
Oh, nice.
Or,
I think that's the same.
or a different one. Spa Arrow.
This is the name of this one.
But
So,
yeah, I'm gonna go with this one because if it's
It's in the book, right? It sounds good.
probably more artificial. Cool.
Thank you, dude. Yeah, no problem. Keep them out of.
How much should I care if the map thinks this is behind that? Like, cause it takes a minute for it to figure itself. You know what I mean?
It's okay. I think it's all okay.
I'm not over there. It's so weird.
Yeah, I've just like been doing the thing where you hold down the thing and then you can move it. Did you know I can do that?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, but I don't know. That feels like also inaccurate, but whatever.
I know. Look at, like, compared to yesterday, like my line was really straight, and now today it's like kind of jumbled.
Weird.
But we'll fix it later, you know?
Yeah.
Go.
Yo se lo regalé a Víctor. ¿Verdad que esa de mierda? Ya es que viene enfadado.
So then they have these two different areas. One is
It's like a winter growing area.
like winter growing area. So in winter they produce, so they can have this for winter, and then they have this ceiling that they had, and it's to work more with the community and the flora and fauna of this land. So they kind of sensibilize the kids with different games and different activities to involve them with all these projects.
Y aparte, tiene una caída porque nosotros captamos el agua de lluvia en esa cisterna. Son 150 metros cuadrados.
Okay.
They have a cistern there, like a rain barrel for capturing the water, the rain. And ¿cuánto?
150 meters.
150. They have a climate change project. There's projections from the climate change project, say in climate change in general. The droughts are expected to get longer to the dry periods, but then also the rainfall, even if it's the same amount of rainfall, if it happens now in 3 months, that rainfall is all expected in 1 month. So this is sort of a preparation for these climatic changes that are going to make this area drier for longer and capture the water when it comes, which will be, we expect this in Chicago.
Crazy landslide.
Bueno, lo que se produce aquí en el vivero son plantas forestales, árboles nativos. Y estas son algunas de las semillas. Todo es colecta de la región. Este es mezquite. Esto es guaje. Ahorita los vamos a ver. Esto es retama. Y esta es una yuca. Todas son semillas de
la retama.
Es un arbusto.
So they're the seeds
Those
for
are
what they
the
have here,
seeds
which are
for natural
native.
of the trees that grow here.
So the first one was mesquite, this one I missed. Retama.
Aquí tenemos el sistema de riego. El sistema de riego es automatizado y todo se controla desde la oficina. Aquí se le puede poner cuántos días y cuánto tiempo quieres que riegue y cuántas veces riegue al día, ¿sí? Y bueno, los laterales pueden subir y bajar. Lo que estamos haciendo ahorita en el día, mantenerlos arriba para que entre el viento, y en la noche cuando baja la temperatura pues se baja, ¿sí? Para mantener aquí la temperatura y no tengamos problemas.
So they actually can control the greenhouses are automated, and so they can raise and lower the shades. So they close the shades when it's night, when it's cold for the plants, and then they open them in the middle of the day so that the breeze can go through. These are tall enough now to be transplanted in the garden outside.
In the bags.
And then they go
Ahorita
to the
vamos
little
a
bags.
ver. Entonces, esta área la utilizamos o la empezamos a utilizar en temporada de frío. ¿Sí?
Sí.
Vamos a ir a la otra zona.
So it's stage composting. Basically, start over there, and then when it's processed, we move it to the next place, and then move to the next place, and then there's 2 more. He said that could be added, and it's basically until it gets to the point over here where it could be used for the, seedlings.
Sí, aquí ya no hay lombrices, en esta parte ya no debe de haber, debe de haber muy poca. Entonces, lo que vamos a hacer es recuperar todo esto para servirlo y utilizarlo como sustrato.
And you'll see this also just at a point. Translate what he just said. Sorry.
That if you see there are no worms on that side, so what they will do is just take it out and then use it for the
So what you'll see in Chicago in community gardens or urban farms is the same system except it's bins. And so they put food scraps in the first with brownies like leaves and wood chips, and then it processes, and then they put it in the next, and then they put it in the next. The typical system is 3-bin system. This is 5 at least.
So now they have planted for Day of the Dead. They planted some flowers for that, and they just started planting other vegetables that are resilient to the winter, like radish. So they just started with that.
So this is huerta. It's like a mimicking of the indigenous system of using the local watershed to create like a kitchen garden, and then at a larger level, because they're including corn, a milpa, which is the typical agroecological model that is all over Chicago. I mean, we have milpas in Chicago and huertas. Estaba explicando que tenemos el mismo sistema in Chicago, and it's this is like using modern technology to mimic it with the drip irrigation, the pumps, and everything, because it speeds up the process, especially when you have climate change.
Y se mantuvo estos árboles y los nopales.
Okay. So this is kind of new. This is a new space that they have. So there used to be water on that side. So it's all new. Something else, please. Help me out. Oh, people used to use this as a way to cross.
Okay, no sé si tengan alguna pregunta.
Any questions? Yeah, yes.
¿Quieren comer?
Are you hungry?
¿Con papas?
¿Qué onda? De todos.
So that is the beginning of many more questions. We will continue our reflection back in Chicago, okay, for the next 6 months until our friends from Manila visit us. But I'd like to conclude with another person who'd like to share at least a little bit of what you wrote.
That we do have to have those who don't have that many resources. And I guess the work that I could do, like within my field, just bringing support to those people who need it, like mentally, as this is like very taxing and probably frustrating for a lot of people, as a lot of the speakers said yesterday, just the lack of support.
Yeah, one thing that struck me from one of the speakers was that they do what they must do, and they must even run their lives. So that was really shocking, but also a way to bring those voices into the center and utilize education, as you mentioned, Anna, for awareness, and also to build coalitions, right? I think that is an important piece of this work, as we come from different areas of study, different expertise. So how do we build coalition also within our own areas, right? And how do we have a conversation, not just among us in isolation, but with other people, like you mentioned, like-minded, right? Who care about the environment, who care about our human home, and can continue moving this work forward. So thank you so much everyone for sharing, for being here with us today. And now, as I mentioned earlier, it's a pleasure for me to show off my city.